How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews back with yet not another review, another end of the year list, a best of list, best of beers I've reviewed in 2015 list. That's what all these lists are. I'm going to put up this week. They're not the best beers I've had this year. They're going to be the best beers I've reviewed this year. And in this episode, we're going to be covering Barleywines / Wheatwines. Non-barrel aged stuff. This one specifically going non-barrel aged. Excuse me. Because I have a barrel aged list coming out, and I felt like separating them. So only for the reason that I think some of the barrel aged stuff or non-barrel aged stuff might not have made the list if I didn't do that. So again, barley wine, wheat wine. Here we go. Like I said, this is a best of reviewed list, not best I've had. So take it with a grain of salt. First up, we have Dogfish Head's 20th anniversary higher math. Really polarizing beer. That came in fifth for me. Just like they went for a chocolate cherry cake in a glass, and I thought they were spot on with it. The weirdest part about this beer is I know a lot of people that like beers that I like and that have what I would say would be, and I hate fucking saying this because I hate these words coming out of my mouth, educated palates, whatever the fuck that means. Some people actually despise this beer. So it's a really polarizing beer, but I thought it was a really good one. So there you go. Dogfish Head, 20th anniversary, higher math. Just thought it was really fucking good. There you go. That's number 5. Number 4, Dry Lags Yodeler. I have a wild yeast category coming up, and this beer could definitely fall in it, but I felt like I should put it in the barley wine category. It was basically a Belgian-inspired English barley wine brewed with wild yeast. It was absolutely fantastic. I'm probably not going to do a best breweries of the year for some reason. I don't know. I didn't think of it until right this second. I don't know why. But if I did, Brylag would be on that list. Small brewery out of Pittsburgh. They just pretty much predominantly work with wild ales, and they basically figured out how to work with wild yeast and bump up and work and get the ABV of that beer up into the teens, the lower teens. And that is, if you know yeast, it's hard enough to get yeast to be that robust, let alone wild yeast. So he worked some magic in that one and built a really nice, robust barley wine out of a weird bunch of components. So my hat's off to Dennis down there in Dry Lag. Number 3, another Dogfish Head beer. It is their old school 2013. I love this beer. I love every year, but the 2013 was my favorite I had this year. It is a date in figgy freaking extravaganza in your mouth. It's like 15 and change, I think. And just, it's everything I like in like old ales and barley wines, even though I have an old ale section. I'd probably push this one in the old ale one, but we're going barley wine, wheat wine here. And that's what they classify it as, so I'll leave it in there. Yeah, I love this beer. It was absolutely fantastic. Like I said, dates and figs all over the place. Absolutely awesome. There you go. That was my number 3. Number 2, another one I dumped into my old ale category, but I'm going with what they classified as, and it's J.W. Lee's Harvest Ale 2011. I had a bunch of J.W. Lee's over the past years, but I only reviewed their 2011, 12, and 13 this year. And all of them were really nice. So 12 was a little bit, could probably last in a bunch, but still really good. 13 was amazing, but the 11 just did it for me. It was the one that just really, after years, I've had those beers for years, with a super over-the-top earthy hop with a really ton of caramel dates and figs against, you can see the whole date and figginess here. It was so fantastic, just a little notch ahead of those other two, and really put me back on the map with J.W. Lee's. And even though I've never jumped off the ship, they were really nice, but nice aged. These were fresher ones that really spoke to me. So, yeah, I had to throw that one on the list, and it could easily be number 1. Then the only reason it didn't is because this one beer just blew me away, and as perennial artisan ales, they're Vermilion. Barley wine, 2013 version. Oh my god. I never had this beer before. I had this weird kind of like douchebaggy complex of where I didn't want to drink beers brewed by place that called themselves artisanal or artisan. It's just me being an asshole. And but I was at a bottle share, impromptu bottle share. There's an awesome bottle shop by me called Sabatini's, and I was at a group of us will do every now and then. We'll be sitting at the bar. It's basically a huge bar with like almost 30 drafts, and then it's a bottle shop connected to it with about 2,000 or so bottles, and you can just walk over, grab a bottle, they'll chill it for you and drink it. And every now and then, me and my friends will sit there and we're like, let's do a bottle share, and then we'll just start picking bottles off the shelf. And I was doing that, and I walked over and I just saw it. I'm like, I really want to try this beer, so I picked it up, not knowing anything. Nobody in my group have ever had it, and cracked it, and it really just did it for me. So this one, how do I put it? Might be a little bit douchebaggy or cheating for some people out there. Some of these beers, the JW Lee's, the old school, maybe even the older, I think tastes better than the perennial. Even though I put perennial first, which you're like, why the fuck are you doing that? You're an asshole. You should just put whatever you feel like tastes better. But that was, I'm doing like a barley wine thing, and I'm not doing a BJCP thing here, but that tasted like a perfectly aged English barley wine. The other ones have impactful notes that I really enjoy that work for me, but this one was just so classically on that that spot onness just won me over for this list. I shouldn't even say the other ones are better. I should just say they're all tied. That's what I should say, and just say that the fact that this one was so spot on perfect in the style for me, just won a day. So there you go. That's my top 5 American barley wines, or not American barley wines, barley wines and wheat wines. It's really awesome beers. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the list, because I enjoyed reviewing them. These rundowns, these end of the year stuff, not so much, but hey, you got to do them, right? It's nice to reminisce, though. Actually, doing the videos are fun, but actually creating the lists are really hard, because there's been a lot of freaking good beer. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the rundown. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, anything down below, comments, praise, gripe, whatever you want to do. If you're interested in any of these beers and you want to see reviews, just go on my channel, type back, and watch them, and hopefully you enjoy them. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the rundown. Hopefully you enjoyed some of these beers I just reviewed this year, and hopefully you guys keep watching the channel, because I enjoy you guys watching them, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.